Big events like E3, Tokyo Game Show, and EGX have been around for years, and they're a major way that developers and publishers like to show off their brand new games. They're a great way to get a large audience to check out your game that might not have seen it otherwise. And unfortunately, with the current situation that the world is currently facing right now, these sorts of events have all been temporarily postponed or outright canceled, as it's just not safe. A few companies, though, have taken to the internet to hold their own digital press conferences instead. Ubisoft is holding its own digital event in July, Microsoft just had one earlier this month, and Jeff Keighley is hosting his own Summer Games Fest through the entirety of the summer to show off brand new games. But that still doesn't really answer the question of what is happening to the rest of the publishers. Every year we're treated to fresh looks at games that we already knew were coming, but also tons of brand new games as well. And without these events, some of these smaller devs, and even larger ones too, could struggle getting the word out about their games. But today I bring you some extremely exciting news. A brand new digital event called New Game Plus Expo, or NGPX for short, is being held this summer online on June 23rd. This showcase is a collaboration between 14 different publishers that reside in North America and Japan and include Sega of America, SNK, WayForward, Natsume, Koei Tecmo, and so many more. And the event will feature, quote-unquote, dozens of games that include new title announcements and live gameplay demos. Now, the showcase is planning to be streamed on Twitch, but will also be available on YouTube after it's done airing. Now, unfortunately, we have no idea any games that could possibly be announced at this event, but if we think back for a second, we do remember that Sega had a Sonic the Hedgehog panel scheduled at South by Southwest this year. Now, unfortunately, the convention, I believe, got canceled, so that panel just entirely fell through. So it's possible that Sega could be reshaping any reveals that they had for that event into NGPX. These are definitely rumors. Please do not light a fire in my inbox, but I've heard some rumors that a new Sonic Adventure could be in the works, and man, I am a huge Sonic Adventure fan. Fight me! Some of you can say it's a terrible game, but I loved it. As for Natsume, if you've seen one of our more recent videos, they just announced a new Harvest Moon game for the Switch, so maybe they'll be showing off some gameplay or screenshots or some information about that new Harvest Moon game at NGPX. As for all of the other publishers, I know Arc System Works is going to be there, NIS America, so maybe we'll see some fighting games or some RPGs, but really it's fair game for anything. This is some absolutely incredible news that we all sort of needed at a time like this. I've attended E3 the past 5 or 6 years now, and I know a lot of people like to give that convention a hard time. And I know it's definitely not what it used to be, and I can't compare it to, the days of old, but for me, it's kind of what pushed me into the industry. I got to meet so many new people. It got me down the right path of creating videos and writing for websites and being a journalist. And without E3, I don't know if I would be where I am today. So I was super bummed when I saw that E3 got canceled, and I understand it's for the best, but it's nice to see another organization come out and try to do something for these developers and publishers to get the word out on their games. And like I lightly touched on before, it's so comforting to just have this event to look forward to, especially since Nintendo went ahead and canceled their June event that was supposed to sort of replace their E3 digital event. And it makes sense why they did it. Everyone's having to work from home now, and it must be a lot tougher to try and work in your home conditions versus in the office. You have all these distractions, you have kids, your cats, there's chores that constantly need to be done. I totally get it. This event, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So feel free to let us know in the comments down below if you're excited to hear any announcements from any of these particular publishers. If there is a dream game that you would love to see one of them release. If Sonic Adventure 3 does get announced, I will scream! I just want a modern day version of the Chow Garden. Let me hang out with them on my phone, please. And as always, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more content like this, then why don't you go ahead and tap that subscribe button so that way if a Sonic Adventure 3 announcement does come at some point, then we will have you covered. I can dream, right? Thank you all so much for watching. I'm Zian from Nintendo Life. Stay safe out there, and we will see you next time.